Hi, and welcome to the Mayhem Lab. Today we are going to try our first hand ever at surface mount soldering.
That should be interesting.
And we're back. I'm Kevin.
I'm Michael.
Welcome again to the Mayhem Lab. We are going to solder together a surface mount kit that we picked up off of eBay.
Yeah, so we had this idea. We've never actually surface mount soldered anything before, so we thought it would be really interesting for us and for you to watch us do it for literally the first time. So we did some homework, found these little, what are they called, mini heart little devices that we got off of eBay, a couple bucks, I think, $5, something like that. Got ourselves some surface mount solder. Obviously some tweezers, we need those for lots of components, and we're going to also try to use a electric skillet.
Yeah, so we're doing kind of a combination. We're going to, the board has most of its components on one side, but there's a few components that go on the back. So I think with this first one we're going to use the skillet and kind of oven solder all the top components, and then we're going to manually try and solder the back ones. So get a little bit of a feel for both techniques.
Should be very interesting. So we have 3 kits to play with today, so we're going to sacrifice our first one, I think.
Yep. And you got a good picture of this we can throw?
I do, yes. Okay. I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen here to show you what this looks like up close and personal. So, all right, to get started, Kevin had a good idea of doing double-sided tape. We have here, and then take all the components off. So, what do you reckon?
So take the whole, first stick it down like that.
Yeah.
And now you can start peeling this plastic away one at a time. So you're going to peel back far enough to take the first one out. And so
gotcha.
You don't need to peel any off yet. But
yeah, we don't need those.
Because these little containers have like a strip of, 2 to 10 different surface mount components, one at a time. And yeah, the tricks I saw on the YouTube videos I've watched people doing this, I really like this one of tape them down so you're not having them kind of wandering around the table on you, and then as you're using them just peel back like one at a time so you can pull one item out at a time.
So let's get these set up here.
I think the surface mount, or the tape is also going to make it easier to pop those items out of the little thing there too.
So, okay, that one doesn't want to stay. Might have to fight with him later. So, we just have some double-sided tape with our components taped down. Alright, so I guess the first step is to lay down some solder. Shall we do our microchip first or last?
I would do that. Oh, that's a good question.
If he says last, we'll do it first.
I'd almost do it last because you don't want to bump that around and get the solder all messed up when you're putting other stuff on, because that's going to be the hardest one to clean up and redo.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess we'll start with the LEDs around the outside.
Yeah. So we'll probably end up fast forwarding a bit here. So the technique we're using here, we've got the surface mount solder, which is kind of like flux and solder ground up together, I understand. And you basically put a little bit of that on each of the pads, and then you place the component on it, and when you heat it up, like surface tension is going to pull all the parts together. And the other thing I just realized is I think that the better way to do it, if I remember, was to put the flux on every pad before you put the first component on.
Oh, okay.
Because then you're not
go around, do the whole.
Yeah, go around and flux every pad. Because then you're not trying to do that. Well, there's stuff on the board and bumping stuff on the board again.
Makes sense. I can throw all the links and exact item numbers that we're using, but this is a ChipQuick product. Now we've got 2 different ones here. We've got lead-based and non-lead-based. We're going with the lead-based one first to see if either have a better effect. They're basically the same price. Come in these little handy syringes. Wait for it. like a barrel of a gun. There it comes.
Likes to come out
it's
slow.
coming. Very slow. It's very thick. Alright. Going to old man mode and taking glasses off.
Do you have enough light there?
Yeah, I'm good. Yay, I can put things on a board. Alright.
Alright.
Okay. So
Should we take a picture of it and then heat up the oven?
Take a picture. We're going to take a short break. We're going to get our fry skillet set up, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. We've got our electric skillet set up. What we've done is put a layer of sand in the bottom. Our research tells us that'll help us dissipate the heat a little bit, and would you say about 200-ish degrees?
The melting point of the solder is 183 degrees. They say you want to try and spike it up to maybe 220. So we're going to put a little aluminum foil on top of the sand so we don't get sand all over our board. I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to pick up and move the board itself.
We need bigger tweezers for that.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Got that right in the middle there.
I'm going to try to film it with this. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll try it.
Do you think we want to put the lid on, or you think, I guess, see how it works?
Yeah, let's see how it works with this, I think. Can you tell if it's doing anything?
We're a little ways away, I think. So this says only 114 degrees on the surface of it, so we got a ways to go for the aluminum foil and the thing to heat up. Yeah, not very clear. Focus on that either.
It's not focusing.
Oh, I'm seeing like 200 degrees on. So I see the solder. So right now the solder is still like a dusty gray.
Here's something you shouldn't do.
When it melts, it'll turn very shiny like the aluminum foil.
Okay.
And yeah, and you'll really know it because everything just kind of in theory marches right into place once it gets to that point. I am seeing a variety of different high temperatures. No, maybe not. Just 100 degrees on that board.
It's very warm to put your face in an electric skillet. I'll try to... So if you have any ideas or input on if you've tried surface mount soldering before, always love to hear your input. Like I said, this obviously is our first attempt, so we're going to have to program this thing up to see if it actually functions. We're also going to do the other two in a little while, and see if we can, you know, do two at a time, make them a little bit better, and do lead solder versus non-lead solder. See if that makes a difference. So.
All right.
Got them all? All right.
Let me do this.
And if you have any comments, questions about our surface mount soldering or any other suggestions, maybe you have a better way of doing it, always happy to hear that. Otherwise, thanks for liking, subscribing.